All right, President Trump has a very successful economic record, and he should run on it, as we discussed in the prior segment. Joining us now for some more on this, Art Laffer, former Reagan economist, Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, and author of the coming Trump book, Trumponomics. Right? This is the sequel. You had one of these, didn't you?
Yeah, we did have one of these.
And Trumponomics 2.
And there's well, no, it's not. It's got a new name, and Steve Moore just told me, and I'm old, I forgot it.
All right. We'll all forget. But the basic thrust is Trumponomics 2.
It is Trumponomics.
All right. It's like my dog. Grace 1, Grace 2, etc. We love the dogs, and we love you.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Kamala wants to have people believe she's changing and become a centrist and not a very far left radical progressive and so forth. But she has no evidence of that. She'd been in office for 3.5 years plus, particularly on this TIPS thing where there was an IRS Treasury rule memo. She could have changed that if she wanted to. However, point is, Trump has a record from his first term, and you are chronicling that record, okay?
That's correct.
He had a very good first term. Nothing in life is perfect, but it was awfully good, was it not?
It was extremely good. And do remember that Kamala Harris also has a record, and it wasn't very good. I mean, she did part of the Biden-Harris team. So the stuff that Biden and Harris did, she has to take ownership of as well. And Trump's record in the first term was great. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act paid for itself in the first 2 years. Cut the corporate rate from 35 to 21, cut the personal income tax rate from 39.6 to 37. You know, it expanded. The one I love is it expanded the death tax exemption by a lot and lowered the rate. So that was really super. And then he did Operation Warp Speed, the executive order. I mean, the Operation Warp Speed for the COVID-19 vaccine in 11 months, Larry. No, everyone thought it'd be 7 years before it could get a vaccine and get it approved, and he got it done in 11 months. He did transparency, healthcare transparency, fantastic. He did all that. Right to try, that if you're chronically, desperately ill and you can try a drug and that.
Experimental drug.
Experimental. Then the energy, what he did in energy. And, you've got to understand that producing petroleum is not the same thing as burning it. And when you look at the producers of petroleum, you've got Russia, you've got Saudi Arabia, you've got Venezuela. Wouldn't it be far better if we produced it at a much lower price? They got much less revenues for the actions that they do. I mean, it's really amazing. And if you look at all of this stuff, trade, I even think his trade deals were pretty good.
Look, the trade thing, I don't know why some of our friends keep characterizing that as protectionism. The reality was it was reciprocity.
Period.
If you were treating us unfairly, as China was, I mean, Trump blew the whistle on China. It was a major turning point in our relations. Americans kind of already knew it, but he lowered barriers with Japan. He lowered barriers with South Korea. He lowered barriers with Australia, for example.
And the U.S., North America.
And the, USMCA.
Yep.
So his trade policy was as well.
Great. I mean, really good.
I mean, I think everybody, well, that's not true. I think to some extent, he has to remind everybody about that.
Well, he should be touting his own. I mean, he who tooteth not his own horn, his horn shall not be tooted.
That's right.
That's really true.
Right.
And when you look at this, the Supreme Court, again, the three things, they talk about all these other issues, but from my standpoint, the Supreme Court on economics is wonderful. It's rolling in the regulatory bodies, and you have to pass legislation, which is the way it's supposed to be, Larry. So across the board in economics, I think he's the single best first-term president on economics I've ever seen. And, I'm an economist, and that's what I use, and that's what I judge by. And it's just the most stellar record ever.
I mean, you and I both worked with Reagan, and Reagan's tax cuts were very good. But the first tax cut took 3 years to phase in. And you've always been critical, because then people just waited until they can reap the lower tax rate return. Point is, Trump's was immediate.
Bang.
As soon as the legislation was passed in late 2017, it went in. And that helped really ignite a strong economy.
It did an amazing job. If you look at U.S. growth before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we in Europe were right in sync. We were a little bit slower than Europe by quarter moving together. Then once that thing passed, the U.S. takes off, I think after 2 years, our GDP was 2.5% higher than it would have been had we grown at the European rate. So we way outpaced them for the next 2 years, which is all you can ask for. I mean, that's a lot of money on there. And if you look at what happened to poverty rates and all these other things, Larry, it's just all amazing what the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act did.
Immediately. I mean, it's just
Immediate. And every other president made the mistake of phasing him in, too. Reagan wasn't the only one. Kennedy did it, and so did Harding and Coolidge phased him in and caused deep recessions there.
Harding and Coolidge phased it? I don't remember that.
Oh,
I was a young researcher in those days.
I called Coolidge up, and he said, you talk to Harding about it.
So anyway, one thing that's in a constellation of troublesome ideas, Ms. Harris has endorsed and proposed with Bernie Sanders this one-size-fits-all, essentially nationalizing Medicare for all is what they call single payer, whatever. Variously estimated as much as $32 trillion. That's probably a lowball estimate. How would that would just destroy any free enterprise. She wants an end to private insurance. This is something that I think should be brought out. You're talking about how Trump made all of these things more open, deregulated, for example. They want to do exactly the reverse. Now, how would that impact ordinary people?
Well, it would impact a lot, but what they're doing is they're picking on the one industry that is already so misaligned with economic incentives. The healthcare industry, our costs as a share of GDP have the largest increase of any country in the OECD, and our reductions in life expectancy relative to the OECD are the biggest declines in life expectancy because our system is so obscure, but you don't know what the costs, you don't know what it does. And here they come in and take advantage of a very badly run system and trying to nationalize it now, which would make it even worse. But what Trump would do would make it free market and make it drop those costs. I'm estimating that we'll save $1 trillion after 3 years and life expectancy will go up 3 years. If that's not a good enough deal for you, find a better one. But
and he will grow. The word growth
is
or prosperity or opportunity. Wouldn't you like to hear him say more of that? He has said it. He was so great at the convention. Now, it looks like he's starting to return to that message after maybe departing for a little bit, which is okay. No one's perfect in life. But growth. Growth. People want growth. They want growth. They want hope. They want opportunities. They want prosperity.
See, people think you and I are boring and dull because all we do is measure prosperity, growth, wealth, winning, success, and all. It's everything.
Middle-class families worry about that stuff.
Everyone does. I worry about it all the time myself, and I shouldn't have to worry about it. But, it keeps your eye on the ball.
Yes.
And it keeps the country's eye on the ball. And with economic growth, all these other peripheral issues, adoption, all of these things, all of the crimes, all of these things start fading. Jude Winniski was amazing on this, and he really showed all the links between economic growth and all of the other social issues. Defense, peace through strength. Strength is economic strength. It's not doing push-ups or running miles around a track. This is having economic. No one wants to attack a strong country.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure with you. Thank you, sir.
Trumponomics 2, Trumponomics 3, whatever it's going to be called. Thank you, Art.